on guys, Commander, and welcome to a new tutorial video. Now, I was trying to do something. This idea of doing this tutorial video came from what I've been trying to do as of recording this video for the past couple weeks. Now, this basically started, I was just literally just out of my own curiosity trying to see if I could get an a GMOD model, because off the GMOD workshop they have a lot of good models, into Unreal Engine, to do like for some scenery or some animations or what have you, just out of natural curiosity. And I was searching. This spent me about 4 days to try and get to do, because I tried doing it and it didn't work in the way that I thought it would work. Now there's a reason why it didn't work, and I'm gonna go over the problems I had when I was doing it in this video right now. But first of all, let me go over the things that you need. First of all, you need Steam with GMOD installed with access to the Steam Workshop. If you want, this does work with Source Filmmaker, but I'm going to be doing it on GMOD for today. You need GMOD. There's going to be a link in the description to how to install GMOD, because if I do it now, it's going to mean that everything is going to be like all over the place. You need Blender source tools, link in the description. Crowbar, again, link in the description. VTF edit, the installer will be down in the description down below. That's Crowbar just extracted. You also need Blender and of course Unreal Engine. So first things first, I'm going to show you. I don't want to. Well, I'll open Unreal Engine anyway. So if you go into Steam, what you just saw there was the model that I'm going to be using. This is Halo 3 Master Chief player model and NPC. It's just a standard Master Chief Halo 3 NPC model. Do various different things with it, but what you need to do is you need to subscribe to this item. You then need to go and open Gmod for it to actually install into your files, and I'll show you where to go now. So what you need to do is you need to go into this PC. If you're on Windows 10, it would be my computer. If you're using, I think it's Windows 8 or 7 or whatever. You need to go into the drive which you've got Gmod installed onto. For this case, it is my hard drive. You need to go into Program Files, or wherever it is installed, wherever you have Steam installed. You need to go to Steam, Steam Apps, Common, Garrys Mod again, Add-ons, and it'll be in here somewhere. Now, if you use Date Modified, you click into the most recent date that you've got it up to. This is this I've got up to latest, so I haven't really actually used the workshop in bloody ages. I just managed to find the Master Chief model somewhere in here. But this, again, it's not just the Master Chief model this will work for any of them. You may need to do it ever so slightly differently, but I'll come to that as I do it. So what you need to do is you either need to move or copy and paste that file into the GMOD folder, and as you can see, I've already done it, but I'll do it again just for the sake of this tutorial. And this is the Master Chief player model that I managed to copy and paste into this file with GMOD in the file. Now this is how you need to put it in. Just put it in with the file, and what you need to do is you need to click GMOD Easy Add-on Extractor, open it, open up the CMD, and it'll just do it automatically. When it says press any key to exit, click enter, and the file that you want will already be here. And you'll get a number of different folders. Now I've got ULA, but that's just for the way how to make it work in with Gmod and Source Filmmaker and other source engines. So that's not really necessarily needed. But the two you're more interested in is materials and models. So models that you will is where your actual player model will be. So if we go to this folder here, this is the Master Chief NPC MDL, which is a model folder. If we go into player, we've got the player model, but it's the same thing. Weapons, we've got a, I think it's the Master Chief. No, that's the arms for Master Chief. So what we want, we'll just go to the NPC one just for argument's sake. And this is where Crowbar comes into play. So what you need to do, I'll just delete this and just re-extract Crowbar just for the sake of this tutorial. Download it, extract Crowbar in file, and show up somewhere on your desktop, just drag it where you want it, open it up, and open up Crowbar. And when you open up Crowbar, it'll probably start up with the setup games at the top. What you need to do is you need to just go all the way over to decompile, and you need to then search for your MDL input. So you click browse and find to wherever your Master Chief MDL is. In my case, it's GMOD, Master Chief, Models, Halo 3, NPC, Halo 3 Master Chief NPC MDL. So I'll open that. Look at the folder. So the output folder, again, you need to go to wherever you're going to do it for. Again, for argument's sake, I'm just going to desktop. So Master Chief, just name that Master Chief model. and open it up and click that's where I want it to export. You then go to decompile. Literally that's done. Decompiled the model, so shut down crowbar, we don't need that anymore. It goes to Master Chief model, and when you open up the folder, we'll have one folder and 3 separate files. We've got Halo 3 Master Chief NPC anims, which is basically the proportions of ragdoll reference stuff. You'll have the Halo 3 Master Chief NPC QC, which is the model actually we need, and then you'll have the two SMD files, which are not exactly needed necessarily. So what you then need to do once you got these is you need to go into Blender. You need to open up Blender. Just open it up as just a basic thing, expand it if you so much wish. Delete that, and then you need to go to File. Now this is where the Blender source tools comes in. You need to, in order to use third-party models, you need to download this thing called Blender source tools. Now to install it, what you need to do is you need to go into Blender. I'm using 2.79. If you're using something like earlier than 2.79, then it should work the same. If you're using 2.8, the beta, then the only difference being is that here we have to go to File, User Preferences. For you, if you're using 2.8, then you need to go to Edit and then Preferences, and it's in there. But what we need to do is we need to go to File, User Preferences, Add-ons, and then you need to click Install Add-on from File, and there you will find, go to where it's located, Blender Source Tools, double click it and it'll be there. I don't need to do it because I've already done it. Once you've done that, if you just tick it and then it'll install, it'll come up as like an unticked box. Just tick it, it'll install, and then click Save User Settings, and it'll show up like that. Once you've done that, you click File, Import, and then you should have this tab that says Source Engine. Click that, and you go to your desktop where you've got your Master Chief model, and import the Master Chief NPC or the QC model of whatever model that you've got. Now, because this is a GMOD workshop model, it may be slightly bigger dependent. So what you need to do is you just need to, if it shows up, let's just click A, so it's all highlighted. Click S for scale, and then just shrink it down to the size that you wish for it to be. Because Unreal Engine is quite big in the way of its the proportions as far as this is concerned is quite big, so that's still quite a big model as far as Unreal Engine's concerned. So I'm just going to shrink it down just a little bit more, just until it's quite squat, because then I have to go faff out with doing doing really stupid scaling, rescaling stuff in Unreal Engine, which is not exactly very good. So you may find that you may have an overlay layer on your model. Now like this. Now if I go into the Z model so I can just see the skeleton of it, you can see if I go to the side on view, you can see that you've got Chief's visor and the helmet bit up here, as well as the back plates and whatnot. But if I go back, it's all covered up by connectors. Now that's just the way that the source engine works apparently. So in this particular case, I can just delete it and it will not affect anything at all. So if that is the case, just right click it, I think, yeah, right click it, so it's highlighted, click delete, click OK, delete, and it will just show up with your model. Now it may have one of those layers, you may have 2 of those layers, you may not have any, but if you delete it, if you delete the wrong thing by accident, if I go back up, and let's say I got that selected, click delete, click OK, I've deleted the wrong thing. All you need to do is click Control Z, and it will go back to the correct thing, and you could just delete the correct thing. It doesn't really matter. So now that you've done that, what you now need to do is you need to go to File. Now this is, I'll tell you now where I went wrong when I was doing this. I thought that you could, because you can actually put the materials and textures on the Master Chief or on your model in Blender. I'm not going to do it because it's going to extend out this video and it's not necessarily necessary. But I thought you could put the materials on Chief on your model and then render the materials and the model out as one separate thing and then stick it into Unreal Engine. You can't do that. It doesn't work. Blender doesn't like it. If you are going to put the models or the textures on the Master Chief or on your model, just go Cycles Render. Click the model, go to textures, and then just stick the textures on, use nodes, image texture, open it up and then find the texture that you want and just double click it. Don't want to do that. So that's how you do it with the models, do the textures, but I'm not going to bother because I don't need to do it. what I do need to do is I need to go. So then once you've got your model in here and you're happy that it is as it should be, go to File, Export, and then FBX. Then go to wherever you're going to save it. I'm just going to do this just as it is. So Master Chief, if I can spell, Master Chief.fbx, export FBX. Then that's it. That's all I need to do for that. So now we've got our FBX model there. So now what we need to do is we need to go into VTF Edit. Now VTF Edit is what we can use to extract the material models. So if we go into Desktop, go into GMOD, go into the folder, go into Materials, and find out where our materials are. This is all the materials that we've got for the Master Chief. Now, the only ones that you need are the ones that are ever so slightly bigger than the ones you've got than the other ones. So you've got these 1 GB ones. Let's say this Master Chief 1 GB model here. So if we open it up, it's just code. Now this is completely useless for what we're trying to do. That's just to try and make the model and textures run within the source engine. It's how that works. It's just telling it what to transfer. But what we do need is that we need the one that's slightly bigger. So let's do this 163 GB, open it up, and that's the model, that's the player model texture for the Master Chief, and that's the one that we need. So what you need to do is you need to go File, Export. I'm going to do it to the desktop. You don't need to necessarily do it to your desktop, but do it wherever. New folder, I'm just going to call it Master Chief Mats. Open that up, save it in there. Actually, I did that slightly wrong. What you do need to do, if you export it, open up the file. Now, I've saved it in a TrueVision GGA file. Now, if you're going to put your textures onto the model in Blender, that's the files that you need to use. It has to be TGA. But for Unreal Engine, it doesn't recognize TGA. So what we're going to do is we're going to change it, and we're going to change it to JPEG. You can change it to PNG if you so much wish to, but I'm going to do it to JPEG. So, so what we need to do is just change it, Master Chief 1. I would advise also putting a 1 or a 2 or a letter or a number in front of the name, or just change the name completely. And I'll show you why in a second. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to export all of the different files that I need, and I'll be back once I've done. Right guys, so I've exported all of the materials. So if we go into here, we've got, that's the TGA folder, don't need to bother about that. That's the Chief body texture. This is the visor texture. Now these bump maps are basically for the indentations in the armor to make it look a little bit more like 3D. So what we need to do is we need to go into Unreal Engine. We'll make a new project. Those two here, these ones just ones I've been playing about with. So we'll go to tutorial video. That's a tutorials, create project. Just leave it just blank. Don't need to bother about making it first person shoot because we're not going to go into any gameplay. I have got another one that is first person, but just to walk around with, but I'm not even going to bother with it for now because I don't need to. I'm just going to extend this out just a bit just to make the platform just that bit more bigger, just to work on. So what we need to do now is what we'll do is we'll make a new folder. We'll call it Master Chief. Spelled that wrong, but never mind. So now we go into our folder, so we go desktop. Import the Master Chief 3D object. Now what it will do, so what we need to import all. Now what it'll do is it'll import the Master Chief model. We'll cancel out of that. It'll import the Master Chief model with all of these blank textures. Now if I import the Master Chief in, it'd be really small because I've made the actual thingy really small. I might actually make him a bit bigger because he is slightly too small. Let's just make him bigger, slightly wider. There we go, and slightly less thin. There we go. That work? That might work. Well, anyway, I'll just leave it at that. That'll be fine for the time being. So, actually, I'll just make him just ever so slightly. Where's the little controller thing? Making that 1, 2. There we go. Just for my own OCD purposes. So anyway, so now we've got the Master Chief model already in, and we've got these materials in. Now, if we what we need to do now is if we go into our mats folder, what we need to do is import all 4 of these. excuse me, into the folder with Master Chief. And actually I missed one here. Visor bump, armor bump. I need the armor one. Armor. There you go. You can do it one at a... Oh, Christ, what have I done? Oh, that's because one of the mats is Master Chief 1. So this is what I'm saying. It will not import it in if one of the mats is the same name as the texture. It's just the way that Unreal Engine works. I don't know why it is. So change number 2. Just change to what you want. I could change it to a completely different name, but because I'm lazy and for the sake of this tutorial, it's not necessary. So what we need to do now, this is probably now. It doesn't look. It probably seems more complicated than it actually is, but it's not. It's the easiest thing you can do. So what we need to do is these. So texture. So Master Chief 1 texture, 2, 3, and 4 are for the different parts of Chief's like bodysuit. Now what you need to do is you need to double click it and it'll open up this. Now this may look a little bit daunting, but it's literally just the way that the different parts of things connect with each other. Now what you need to do, all you need to do for this one, import that one for the body textures. The bottom one, RGB for the normal map into normal, the normal texture map into the base color, apply, wait for it to apply, and then wait for it to apply, then save it. And once it's saved, it should show up on now the Master Chief as the texture, which it does. And that's literally all there is to it. And all you need to do is just do that with these other textures. So again, if you go into this one, delete this bit here because we don't need it. Now these first 4 are literally just all you need is the base thing. It may be different for other models, it depends. Top RGB, base color, bump map, normal, apply, wait for it to apply, and then save it, and then wait for it to save. And it's literally just as simple as that. And you do that for all of them. Because now, with the Master Chief base like texture, the different parts of him will work with one texture. It's just the fact there's different parts of him. Different models may be slightly different because they may have like different models for different textures for different parts, but it's all just a case of just experimenting. There's nothing that will come about of you just trying to experiment. It won't break anything. It'll just, if anything, it'll just put the textures in the wrong place. But all you need to do is just undo it by like Control Z or whatever your key bindings would be, and just do it like that. You know, it's not hard. It's relatively simple. So that should be done there. Now all we've got left to do is the visor. So if we go visor real time. Now the only difference with this is that you actually have to use the visor texture, but it's done the exact same way. So visor real time, visor bump, the RGB into the normal for the bump map, and the RGB for the base into the base color, apply, and then once it's applied, you need to save it. Now, there is going to be a second part to this tutorial, which I will go over in a second, just once it's saved. I won't go over, I'll talk about what I'm going to do, now. So, as you can see, all in and all normal. Now, if I click play, I can't actually do, actually no, I can, oh no, I can move, but it's like, I'm more flying because I haven't actually set up the flying controls yet, the actual walking animation controls yet, so I'm just flying. But as you can see, it looks near as damn it to, like, it's maybe slightly off texture wise, but it does look still quite good. It's chest plate and back plate and visor and everything's all nice and good. Now what we're going to do next episode, I want to show you how to make this actual texture even better, because the thing is with the Source Engine is there aren't very many like things you can do to edit with it. But with Unreal Engine, you can actually edit the textures to make it look even better. Now, I'm going to do that next episode, so I would do it in this episode, but I'm very conscious about how long this video's gone on for, and I don't really want it to go on for too long. So, next episode, we'll be doing that. We'll do it in my other save, because it worked better because it's already got the walking animation set to it. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy, don't forget to smash that like button, hit that subscribe button for more awesome like tutorial gaming content. If you have any problems with this while you're trying to do it, do let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll try my best to help you. Again, with different models, it may work slightly differently, but the main basis of how this works is relatively similar. The main mechanics of like extracting the models, putting the model into Blender, extracting it into FBX and then doing the same thing with the textures and doing it like that. It's all the same. The only difference would be is the file locations for your textures and your models. That's the only thing that will change. But it's just a case of you're going to have to go and find it. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did enjoy, definitely smash like and subscribe and whatever. If you've got any other suggestions for any other tutorials you want me to do, then I'll definitely do them if you leave in the comment section down below. And I shall see you all later. Bye!